From getting a devastating call while filming to capturing the last moments of someone's life on camera, the heartbreaking end to these reality TV stars' lives happened during production. Eric Hill was one of the contestants on The Bachelorette, having filmed his part for the 10th season in March 2014. Hill made it to the 4th week before Andy Dorfman eliminated him. All of Hill's work on the series was filmed when he decided to spend his time before the premiere on what he called the Global Odyssey, Hill's attempt to visit every country in the world in 1,200 days, which he documented on Instagram. Hill was paragliding in Draper, Utah, when tragedy struck, as his parachute partially collapsed, sending him into the hillside. According to CNN reports, Hill wasn't very high above the ground and was wearing a helmet, but he swung into the hillside at high velocity. Hill was taken to the hospital where he died from his injuries on April 23, 2014. Hill's death came before the season premiered, but news of his involvement and accident spread quickly. Because of this, The Bachelorette host Chris Harrison opened the series on May 19th by acknowledging Hill's passing. He said, in part, "At this time, we'd like to take a moment to honor one of these men, our friend, Eric Hill." Eric passed away shortly after concluding his filming of this show. In the coming weeks, you'll see Eric was a vibrant man. Every day he impressed us with his passion and courageous spirit. He will be greatly missed, and we dedicate this season to him. Alaskan Bush People documents the lives of the Brown family, with Billy Brown sitting as the clan's patriarch. The series follows Billy and his kin as they depict their lives living off the grid in Hoona, Alaska, and Billy is featured throughout. The Brown family suffered a significant hit in August 2020 when a wildfire swept over their mountain, destroying their family home. The following year saw the Browns working to build a new home, and Billy was there, motivating his children to get it done. On February 7th, 2021, not long after the fire, Billy had a seizure and died. He was 68. While news of his death broke and fans knew of his passing, Billy's time on the show wasn't finished until Halloween 2021. The October 31st episode offered a touching tribute to the fallen patriarch, following numerous appearances throughout the season. The episode aired the 911 call a production team member made during Billy's seizure.
I have someone not breathing. I need an ambulance, as soon as possible.
What's the name of the person?
Mr. Billy Brown.
The episode continued with remembrances, showing how the Brown family handled Billy's passing and documenting their grief along the way. His son Bear told Entertainment Weekly, "I took it pretty hard. We all did, really, because Da's passing was pretty unexpected. Everyone I passed on the road or saw me in a store would give me condolences and say how sorry they were. That's one thing that I try to keep in mind, that the whole world, everyone who watched the show anyway, loved and definitely misses Da." Ashley Minnie Ross was one of the main cast members of Little Women Atlanta, having appeared in the show's first 6 seasons. The former hairstylist turned reality TV star only appeared in 5 episodes of the 6th season due to an accident that took her life. On April 26, 2020, Minnie was involved in a head-on collision in Atlanta, Georgia, around 11 p.m. She sustained severe injuries, including breaking both her legs and neck, and was taken to a hospital. Minnie remained in the hospital for 24 hours before dying from her injuries. At the time of her death, it was reported that Minnie was the victim of a hit-and-run accident.
If you were perhaps in the area Sunday, police want to hear from you, as this was a hit-and-run crash.
Ultimately, that turned out not to be the case, and a police investigation revealed Minnie was responsible for the accident that took her life. According to TMZ, Minnie lost control of her car, causing her to jerk the wheel hard to the right, taking her off-road for a brief time. Minnie corrected this by jerking the wheel back to the left, but crossed over into oncoming traffic in the opposite lane. No toxicology tests were made, so it's unknown if drugs or alcohol were involved in the accident. After her death, Minnie's cast members honored her in a tribute during the 5th episode of the 6th season of Little Women Atlanta. Nick McGlashan was born to a family of fishermen, making him one in a long line of pros. McGlashan was a 7th-generation fisherman, and he first appeared on Deadliest Catch in 2013. showing up in 78 episodes. McGlashan had been fishing since he was 13, and he was a fan favorite on the series, offering comedic quips and showing off his skills. McGlashan had a history of alcohol and substance abuse, which impacted the show. He was suspended from part of the 13th season while he was in rehab. His usage was said to involve consuming vodka, meth, and heroin in a single day. He worked to get sober, and he was helpful in getting other people close to him sober. But ultimately, he succumbed to his addictions. On December 27, 2020, before the show's 17th season aired, McGlashan was found dead in a Holiday Inn in Nashville, Tennessee. Initially, the cause of death wasn't known, but an autopsy report later clarified that he died of a drug overdose after taking a toxic mix of meth, cocaine, and fentanyl. McGlashan was 33 at the time of his death, leaving behind a daughter, Lennon, and a son, Kane. Mahlon Reyes was a deckhand on the Seabrook and Cape fishing vessels, though he only appeared in 14 episodes of Deadliest Catch. On the morning of July 25, 2020, Reyes had a heart attack, sending him to the hospital where he never regained consciousness. His family held out hope through the weekend, but made the difficult choice to remove him from life support, resulting in Reyes' death on July 27th. At the time of death, it wasn't apparent what caused the heart attack, and his wife told TMZ he was in otherwise perfect health. After his passing, fellow crabber Nick McGlashan posted on Twitter, "This place misses you. R.I.P. Mahlon." Sadly, McGlashan's death would come several months later. Not long after McGlashan's death, USA Today revealed Reyes' cause of death to be acute cocaine intoxication. Reyes' death was ruled accidental, and in accordance with his wishes, Reyes' ashes were spread in two places, the Bering Sea and the Swan Range Mountains of Montana. Justin Tennison was a deckhand on the Time Bandit, one of the most popular fishing vessels on Deadliest Catch. Tennison joined the crew in the 7th season and only remained for 6 episodes. Sadly, he's best remembered for his passing, as he was found dead on February 22, 2011 in his hotel room. ABC News reported that Tennison died from a stroke. TMZ reported that small quantities of drugs and alcohol were found in his room, leading many to suspect substance abuse as the cause of death. This was later refuted following an autopsy. It was revealed that Tennison's death was the result of complications related to sleep apnea. Soon after Tennison's death, his fellow crewmates issued a statement reading, "It is with great sadness that the Time Bandit family announces the death of crew member Justin Tennison. Justin died peacefully in his sleep." Captain Andy Hillstrand posted on his Facebook page, "Justin was tough as a bull and was an all-around good hand. The captains and crew appreciated his hard work and many contributions this past year. We will miss him terribly and wish his family all the best during this most difficult time." Tennison was 33 when he passed and is survived by 2 children, a son and a daughter. On February 11, 2017, the U.S. Coast Guard was dispatched to locate the FV Destination and its crew of 6. After an exhaustive search, the crew was declared lost at sea after finding only a tarp, some gear, debris, and a life ring with the vessel's name on it. News quickly spread to the other captains in the area, including Sig Hansen, who received a call during the filming of an episode. That call was ultimately aired on Deadliest Catch, and Hansen's grief is almost palpable as he wipes away tears and takes time out from filming to have a moment to himself. Hansen told his crew what happened, and everyone reacted as you might expect. The Coast Guard's final report called the sinking of the Destination a preventable accident. Heavier crab pots than normal exceeded the vessel's weight capabilities, and excessive ice accumulations resulted in the Destination capsizing. All hands were lost, including Captain Jeff Hathaway and his crew, Kai Hamick, Derek Siebold, Larry O'Grady, Raymond Winkler, and Charles G. Jones.
The loss of my friends Jeff and Larry, along with the exceptional crew members on the Destination, is a reality and it haunts me every day.
Fans of Pawn Stars first met Richard the Old Man Harrison when the series premiered. Harrison opened the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop in Las Vegas, Nevada in 1989 with his son Rick, who turned them into reality TV stars. Harrison was an avid lover of cars and silver, and his somewhat tempestuous disposition made him an outstanding cast member. Granted, Harrison was more interested in getting a good deal than anything else, but he made for excellent television. People flocked to the store to meet him, and many more tuned in to watch him on the show. Harrison died from Parkinson's disease on June 25, 2018, at the age of 77. His son Rick posted a tribute to his father on Instagram, alongside a photo of him smiling in his Navy uniform. Today, I lost a friend, a father, a teacher, and so much more. The old man lost his long battle with Parkinson's this morning. Love you, Dad. See you on the other side. He was my hero, and I was fortunate to get a very cool old man as my dad. The show's season 15 finale aired a tribute to him. America's Got Talent routinely shows people with amazing abilities from across the country. People come and try out in front of the judges and the world, often demonstrating talents that truly set them apart, though the series doesn't air every contestant. One contestant whose audition aired on America's Got Talent was Dr. Brandon Rogers, though his aired as a memorial. Rogers died on June 11, 2017, just 1 month before the NBC reality show aired his audition. The network also shared a statement before his audition, saying that his family had requested the performance go on TV. Rogers' touching story about how he got into medicine and how music helped him cope with the job's difficulties is endearing, and he sang an outstanding rendition of Stevie Wonder's Ribbon in the Sky. According to TMZ, Rogers was riding in a car with his friend, who fell asleep at the wheel on June 10, 2017. Rogers was in the front passenger seat when the vehicle drifted onto the right shoulder, went off-road, and slammed into a tree. The driver and a friend in the back seat survived the crash. Rogers held on for a while, but died the following day at the hospital. If you or anyone you know needs help with addiction issues, help is available. Visit the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration website or contact SAMHSA's National Helpline at 1-800-662-HELP 4357.